The next mind map is about the energy stored in the capacitor. So this topic is also very important, and you know that the energy stored in the capacitor is always in the form of the electrical energy. Now there are three formulae for the energy stored in the capacitor, that is U is equal to half CV square, U is equal to Q square by 2C, and U is equal to half into QV. So these are the three important formulae, but generally we use these two formulas, that U is equal to half CV square and U is equal to Q square by 2C. Now children, see that based on this energy you can be asked the different type of graphs. As you can see that if it is the graph it is being asked, you have to plot a graph between energy and the potential difference, and by keeping the C constant. So children, in all the three formulas you have got three variables, Q, CV. In this formula Q square by 2C you have got U, Q and C, and U, Q and V. So now say if the question comes, say if you have to plot a graph between U and V. So to plot the graph between U and V, then what are you keeping? C constant. So as a C is constant, that means my U is directly proportional to V square. So your graph will be a parabola. Alright, so see that very clearly, graph between U and V keeping C constant. Now the next graph is U and Q keeping the C constant. So as you can see that again your C is constant. So what do you mean? Your U is directly proportional to Q square. Again the graph will be a parabola. The next is you have to plot a graph between U and C keeping Q constant. If you use U and C keeping Q constant, that means as you can see that you have to use this relation, U is equal to Q square by 2C. So as Q is constant, so you can see that U is inversely proportional to C. So your graph will be like this. And the next is the graph between U and V. U and Q. The next graph is between U and Q keeping the V constant. So you have to use the third relation. Alright, so V is constant, so you can see that U is directly proportional to Q. So my graph will be a straight line. So such graphs are hidden in these formulas, so you have to use them very carefully. So you have to learn these formulas and see that what is given. Sometimes children, the reverse will also be given. Say that the graph will be given between the U and V, and they will ask you name the quantity which is constant. So you have to see that the graph is between U and V. So as you can see that since it is directly proportional to V square, now these are two relations. U is half CV square and U is half QV. So which relation you will use? Now in this case, since it is proportional to V square, that means which formula I have to use? This. So what is the quantity constant? C is constant. So like this, the concept should be crystal clear. If you have to plot the graph between U and V, what type of graph is there? If it is a parabola, that means my C is constant. If the graph is between U and V and U and Q, then what is constant? Is V is constant? Then this will be my graph. Alright, so I hope the graphs are clear. The next expression, which is again very hidden, is that the energy density. What is energy density? Energy density is energy per unit volume of the capacitor. And what is its formula? Its formula is half epsilon naught E square. This is all about the energy stored in the capacitor. The next will come the capacitor, the effect of dielectric on the capacitor. That means if the dielectric is placed between the plates of the capacitor. So this is a very important topic, students. So what happened the moment you place the dielectric between the plates of the capacitor? What happened? The dielectric gets polarized. What do you mean by polarization? Polarization means the separation of charges takes place. That is, a positive charge moves in the direction of the electric field and the negative charge moves in the direction opposite to the direction of electric field. We have already done, children, what is the electric field between the plates of the capacitor. You have done that the electric field between the plates of the capacitor is equal to sigma by epsilon naught. So moment you place the dielectric, what happened? The polarization. What do you mean by polarization? Polarization means the separation of charges. Alright, the separation of charges takes place. So as the separation of charges takes place, what will happen? That means now the electric field, that means the EP. What do you call EP? EP is the electric field due to polarization will develop in the opposite direction. What's the direction of the electric field? From positive to negative. So the external field is from positive to negative and the polarized field is from positive to negative. So what happened, the net effect is that the electric field will get reduced. So what is the electric field reduced? Again, this important formula is very important. So as the electric field is reducing, so E is equal to E naught by K. What is E naught? E naught is the electric field between the plates of the capacitor, which I told you it's sigma by epsilon naught. But on introducing the dielectric, what will happen? The electric field between the in the dielectric will get reduced and the formula is E naught by K. Children, see that it's a trick. Reduce कम होना है तो इसका मतलब क्या होगा? E naught को हम किससे करेंगे? Divide करेंगे, multiply नहीं होगा. Alright, so electric field reduces means E will be equal to E naught by K. E is the reduced electric field. Now, as you know that what is electric field? Electric field is equal to V by D. Alright, so if the electric field will reduce, my potential will also reduce. So what is the potential? Reduce, again I said reduce means you are divided by K. So V is equal to V naught by K. So as you know that the V will decrease, so what will happen? My capacitance will increase. So what's my capacitance? Capacitance C is equal to K into C naught. See children, this is a very very important concept. Again, on introducing dielectric, what will happen? The dielectric will get polarized. As a result, polarization, what will happen? The electric field will reduce. So reduced electric field is equal to E naught by K, and then reduced potential will also reduce. So V will be equal to V naught by K, but the capacitance will increase. So C is equal to K times C naught. From here you are getting the very important formula for dielectric constant, that K is equal to C by C naught. That is K is equal to C medium by C vacuum. Alright children, the other two definitions we have done in the first chapter. That is your K is equal to epsilon by epsilon naught. And so other two definitions we have done, it's what your K is equal to kappa, dielectric constant is epsilon by epsilon naught, and then the other definition we have done in terms of the force between the two charges, that is the F in air upon the F in medium. So these are the two definitions which you have done in the first chapter. So third definition of dielectric constant which you are going to get is K is equal to C medium by C vacuum. So these are the very very important topics for you for the 1 marker questions. And the other formula you can remember is when the dielectric is placed between the plates of the capacitor, the formula is epsilon naught A upon D minus T plus T by K, where T is the thickness of the dielectric slab and K is the dielectric constant. So these are the very very important formulae about the when the dielectric is placed between the parallel plate capacitor.